next roaster, I'm going to ask that we keep the chitter-chatter to a minimum. Tony, shut the fuck up. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. All right, are you guys ready for your next roaster? I know you've been waiting all night long to hear from Tyler's girlfriend / baby mama, right? Give it up for Renee Ricketts! Hey, babe.
So, yeah, I'm Tyler's significant other, unfortunately. So when Tyler asked me if I would get up here and talk about my least favorite subject in life, I of course jumped down the opportunity. And then when I started telling people, you know, I was gonna get up here and roast my boyfriend for his 30th birthday, they were like, "How can you do that? Isn't that gonna kind of cause some friction in the relationship?" And I was like, "Yeah, maybe for every other couple that would hold true, but not for you and I, babe." Not at all. This is actually just a glimpse into our everyday relationship, with the exception of a live audience and the absence of your completely pointless remarks and comments that you would normally make. So to give you all a quick lesson in history, Tyler and I met almost 5 years ago now. We actually have some family ties, but nothing directly. Let's not touch on that, right? Okay. So anyways, this was back when Tyler was the ripe young age of 25, and believe it or not, he was actually good looking back then. He seemed to have his life together back in those days. I, of course, was younger at the time also, and I kind of showed a little interest in getting to know him. So we ended up hanging off and on for a couple months. And but as life was habit, we just didn't click. I think Tyler was still questioning his sexual orientation at the time. Yeah, we all did. So anyways, I had big dreams of going to nursing school and finishing my degree, and then Tyler, of course, had big dreams of moving to the lovely state of Indiana and working for a pet store. And then, which I'm assuming then later led him to his ultimate dream of being a mailman in Jackson County. So anyways, fast forward to today, and here we are. Yeah, so most of the girls in nursing school, you know, had these big dreams of marrying doctors and surgeons and settling down with them. But nope, not me. I stuck firm to my dream of moving back to Jackson and dating the best possible mailman I could find. Not to mention them getting knocked up by him. So anyway, there's just a few things on my list I want to address tonight. So believe me when I say you look so nice tonight, as always.
Looks like our next few years are going to be awesome and awkward.
So living with Tyler has been quite the experience. Luckily I'm not there full time for another couple weeks yet, but boy, I can't wait to be. So I noticed when I first started living with Tyler that he does this thing where he has to like unplug things, but it's not just any things. It's like more specific to like small kitchen appliances, like the microwave, the toaster, my Keurig. Yeah, I know. And at first I thought it was because he was just like trying to be frugal or something, and then I noticed that he would just leave his fan on all day while he was at work, and then like his printer and computer on. So I was like, okay, it's not because he's trying to save money. And so finally I like approached him because I was having to get up like an extra 5-10 minutes early to go around the kitchen and plug all this shit in at 5:30 a.m. so I wouldn't be late to the hospital. And then I would get in my car and I would wonder, like, oh my God, did I go and plug everything back, unplug everything? Because I didn't want him to know that I had used the stuff, because why was he unplugging the shit in the first place? So I finally confronted Tyler about this like a week ago, and he really couldn't give me a realistic response. He was like, yeah, something about like these little lights on the appliances that are bothering me. So anyways, I just filed a dilemma under weird shit I will never understand about you, and I really hope I never have to explain this to our daughter. I also hope I never have to explain to our daughter why her dad has a Korean symbol tattooed on his arm and a zodiac sign tattooed on his back. Like, who does that? Tyler, I know you talk about getting more tattoos in the future, but maybe just don't. And you know what, Tyler? It's too bad that the 2 tattoos you do have are covered up in the winter months by those gray long johns you wear under your mailman uniform. No, whenever Tyler comes home in the winter months, he like rips off his postal uniform, and behold, he's wearing those gray thermal underwear outfits that, you know, little 8-year-old boys have to wear when they're snowsuits when they go out for recess. Yeah, and Tyler, I just want to tell you that every time I see you in those things, I am constantly having to give myself a pep talk in my head and try to do everything that I can to keep myself from pouncing on you. Because you just look so hot in those things, and they really amplify some little things about yourself. Oh yeah, and so about this video you made a couple months back, you know, about wrestling a poodle dog for a plastic dick. Yeah, I never really got to tell you how proud that made me to be your girlfriend. And that you really exceeded my expectations. And honestly, I really hope you make another one soon, because 18,000 views in today's world, well, it's actually nothing. I mean, a 4-year-old burps on YouTube and he gets like 2 million views. So, congrats. The world's come a long way. I mean, Alexander the Great conquered the world by age 32, and Tyler, by 30, you've got 18,000 views. So, you're fine. You're doing just fine.
Now you're a bitch.
I know. But my daughter turns out just like me.
No, just leave it.
I know you used to trap. I know you used to try to rap when you were about 10 years younger and 10 times more attractive. Woo! And honestly, I will say that some of your music wasn't too bad, but some of it was just pure shit. I'm sorry if no one's ever told you that before, but it's probably for the best that you turn to doing more productive things with your life, like watching Ninja Turtle cartoons every night and sleeping in your Batman boxers. Some people just can't let the 80s go. And anyways, while we're talking about the greatest rap artist of all times, Tyler came home from work one night and was like, hey babe, I found these things, they're called rap snacks. And I had never heard of them. He was like, yeah, they're these potato chips with these shitty one-hit wonder rap artists on the bags, and they have a small biography of who they are on the back where the normal nutritional label would go. Basically, they're rappers who couldn't get their face on nothing but a knockoff bag of Lay's potato chips. He was like, yeah, I've only seen them at this one gas station. And so I begged him to take me to this gas station and get me some rap snacks one night. Because I didn't believe him. Yeah. So Tyler took me to his favorite gas station in Benton Harbor that sells everything from lobster tails to condoms. And it's a relief you know how to buy a bag of potato chips, but not condoms, so. Anyways, there they were, wrap snacks, and they were actually pretty good chips. So then I set myself up on this mission impossible to find these wrap snacks elsewhere, right?
Wrap snacks.
Well, when you know, I happened to stop in Michigan Center on my way here tonight, and I was browsing the chip rack. And underneath the rack, like underneath it, a bag caught my eye, and so I just picked it up, and it was a bag of these wrap snacks with no other than this douche with a capital bag T.C. Crawford.
No way.
In front of it. I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh my God.
And unfortunately, they expired back in 2003, just like his music did. Yeah, the lady gave me a discount because I wasn't going to eat that shit. Oh, and there's also some pointless, shit on the back. Like they put the biographies back there, like how you lost your virginity to yourself and how your eyelashes are longer than your dick.
Really pretty eyelashes.
So, anyways, Tyler, you're turning 30. You're getting up there.
Oh my God.
You've got a lot of problems, but at least you can now say being young isn't one of them.
Oh my God. Killing me.
Plus, you only got 10 more years till your first prostate exam.
Start him early.
So, in closing, I just want you to know that I meant everything I said tonight. So, if you're going to dump my ass, well then, oh well. If there's one thing that nursing school taught me, it's that there's always more fresh young dong in this world to go around. But in all seriousness, though, thanks for always being a really shitty, disappointing boyfriend. And for always wearing the pants in this relationship, except for that one night 7 months back. So anyways, happy birthday. I kind of love you.
Rock roll. Oh my God. Rock roll.
What's your name again? I've known him for a long time, but I don't know him very well. and after listening to what's your girlfriend or boyfriend's name over here, Jody? Jody Maven? It really? She's gone. Okay. Anyway, to find out that the bottom half of him is Asian. So his friend is not a pretty sight for these years. It's just not. And the fact that at 30 years of age, he's finally having a child is remarkable. Because knowing him as a young person, I took him shopping one day for his birthday, him and his brother. But this kid could never make a decision. And I think it's only because of his profession now that he's taking Tyler and his little brother shopping one day for their birthdays. Karen said, now, why don't you just take them both at the same time? And I said, well, that sounds like a good idea. I can kill two kids with one rock, But anyway, but as we're walking out the door, Karen hollers at me as we're getting in the car, and she says, now, it takes Tyler a little time to make up his mind. And the other thing that relates to that is it took him 30 goddamn years to figure out he wanted to have a kid. So anyway, so we get down to the Kmart. I took him to the cheapest store I could find because I didn't have a lot of pocket money. And knowing these guys, they ruin every fucking toy they ever get. I ain't gonna have nothing to do with that shit. You're not spending my booze money on goddamn good toys. So anyway, we get in there, and Devin, she said, now Devin, he'll know exactly what he wants and he'll go and get it. So we go into the goddamn toy aisle. And here's Devin, he runs right over in the third aisle and he grabs the toy and he's up at the counter. Wants to pay for it and where's the toy at? But not Tyler. He's walking up and down. He looks and he stops. He looks, walks back and forth. Well, we got in there at 10 a.m. Now it's lunchtime. So, Devin and I go having lunch. We go back and here's Tyler still walking up and down the damn aisle. And I'm thinking to myself, what's this little fucker up to? You know, his mother dropped him on his head when he was smaller, and it didn't help him at all. God knows how long it would have taken him if she hadn't have dropped him. But anyway, about noon, finally he makes up his mind. And it just goes back to knowing that if he was still working in that hamburger shop, he'd be back there playing with his meat. You know? He'd be back there slapping his burger and what have you, trying to balance a pickle on it or whatever. You know?
One time, Lay was alive.
But anyway, he finally got through that stage of life. Well, then this one question that they just brought up about him, you know, when he lost his virginity in Peru.
Oh, here we go.
It was his right hand. She had no name. It was his right hand. That's where he lost it all, right there. You know, and then as a teenager growing up, you know, I never seen him very much. But he come to me one day after he'd been driving, and he was telling how he come up to a traffic light, and these two girls in the car next to him, they did what Karen does in bars. So anyway, he says, Grandpa, these two girls exposed themselves. And I says to him, I says, did you show him your nuts? He says, I did. I went, and then, what are you looking at me like that for? It's all true. Well, anyway, I'd heard at one time that he's a damn good golfer. And I'm not a good golfer, but I thought, well, I'd love to go golfing with him sometime. So I get out to the golf course, and lo and behold, there's an EMS truck leaving the parking lot as I'm pulling in. So I get up there, and I says to the guy, says, what happened to the guy in the EMS truck? He says, well, that's Tyler Crawford. He golfs here a lot. I said, well, why the EMS truck? He says, well, he was trying to balance himself on the ball washer and fell off and fractured his wrist. I thought, no, that's my Tyler. He was never a circus guy, but he does have good hygiene. One of the nicest trips I've ever taken with anybody for more than 5 or 6 days was I took Tyler one time. Well, and it was interesting because Tyler's very quiet, and with his phone, you know, for 5,000 miles, he sat over there, and I hardly ever heard a word out of him. I even had to look over occasionally just to see if he was with me yet. I thought, how can anybody be this quiet? But he is. So then we end up in Yellowstone Park, and there's all kinds of cars parked along the road, and what have you. And we're wondering what the attraction is. Well, sure enough, here comes a moose. And he walks around between the cars, and he finally walks up to the driver's window where I'm sitting, and he sticks his head partially in the vehicle. And of course, Tyler, he's snapping all these pictures and shit. And so 2 years later, I asked him, I said, hey, Tyler, I said, can I see those pictures? Well, he says, I got them. He says, I just haven't done anything with them. I said, well, you know, I'd really like to see them. You know, I've been telling people about this adventure we had, and you have not produced a picture on me. And to this day, I have not seen them. It's been 7 or 8 years, you know. And
It's been 10 years.
okay, I was even 10 years. Still not produced them. However, the fact that he got this, finally, he got this mail job, he understands the word delivery. He understands it. And Renee is a good example of his last delivery. And with that, I have nothing else nice to say about it.
Yes!
Nothing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more roaster. Give it up for Devin Crawford!
So it's been a good night so far. I really hope that you guys don't have high expectations of me, because you will only let yourselves down. I'm sure most of you know who I am, but for the rest of you, whether you want Tyler's friends or someone else's friends, or just here at the local bar because you're a regular and you have nothing else to do on a Friday night, you drunk. I'm Devin. I'm Tyler's younger, bigger brother. I've known Tyler for most of my life. I don't count the years when I was still a regular at Mom's Booby Bar. Alright, easy, Karen.
6 years.
I count the years from when I can remember shit like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and being Donatello and Tyler being Leonardo. And we're here to celebrate his 30th birthday, which isn't until Monday, so I'm not telling you happy birthday until Monday, because you're not a female and you don't get a week for your birthday. You get 1 fucking day. That's it. And a text. You don't even get a Facebook, hey, shout out to Tyler John, like, fuck you, buddy. You get a text and that's about it. But basically, the only reason people showed up tonight was because they somewhat like your presence, but mostly because it's at a bar with other people that they more than likely like way more than they like you. They're here because they get to laugh at you and say things to you that on a normal day they probably wouldn't. So, but one of Tyler's favorite quotes is, "No one can make you feel inferior without your permission." That's by Eleanor Roosevelt. Thank you for the permission for today. I'm sure everyone else is saying thank you as well. I'm going to give my best shot at this, but let's recap some of tonight's best moments. What does TC stand for? Tiny cock. That was funny. Little dick guy. Kids Bop is on Spotify. Are you?
I've already.
No? He's like Robert Downey Jr. Both like to drink, possibly do drugs. They got a low point in their life. Robert decided to become Iron Man. Tyler became a mailman. That's my favorite. Do you like that? I like that. So here's some mailman humor. A little bit of rap humor. Did you hear the one about the unstamped letter? You didn't get it. See? Funny. Funny. What do you call Bob the mailman after he gets fired? Bob. Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? For drizzle? But for starters, when Tyler had his long, shaggy hobo hair and dressed as if he was headed for the soup kitchen, he was also a perfect balance between ISIS and school shooting. Kinda creepy, buddy. But other than his appearance, my brother has done some amazing things in his life. He played 4 years varsity baseball at Michigan Center High School. It's not amazing, that's the joke. But some other things that he's accomplished, he's an educated man. He's got a bachelor's degree in music industry management. With all that education, that sent him to New York for an internship. Somehow that led you to a promising career in something that nobody would ever think you would accomplish. You landed a job as a fucking mailman. What the fuck? You're the only mailman in the history of mail people that has a fucking bachelor's. That's like me walking around. Yeah, I got a master's degree in fucking bio fucking chemo physics or some shit. Oh, what do you do? I'm a fucking corrections officer. Good fucking job, you fucking loser. I thought I hated my life. Also, Tyler was voted to be the first to make $1 million in high school. You know, you do your high school voting, like, oh yeah, most likely to be famous and blah, 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 like, whatever. Another fun fact is Tyler belongs to the Young Entertainment Professionals group on Facebook. Who the fuck do you entertain professionally other than people receiving welfare checks on Tuesdays? But no, here's a story from way back when. I was probably 15, Tyler was about 17. I was chilling, I'm good at math, I'm good at counting. I was chilling on the couch watching TV, you know, being productive. You and Mom got into an argument in the living room / dining room. You walked over to the stairs, which was right behind me, and I remember Mom saying something to you, and her face was the typical angry mom face. Then your dumbass replies with, "Shut up, Mom." That's when I looked at Mom and I seen her face immediately change. From angry mom face to the wind stopped blowing during a thunderstorm and everything got really calm face. It's like the anger that was boiling inside of my mom got so intense that her body's only reaction was to protect itself and calm down. She walked towards the stairs. At this point, I'm staring at the TV, avoiding eye contact with Mom. But in my head, I cleared the mechanism to focus on the rage that was about to happen behind me. When Mom got to the stairs, she didn't say any words. She didn't need to. She stopped at the bottom of the stairs. Tyler was a step higher than the floor where Mom stood. Mom cocked her head to the side like how a dog does when it's curious about an object or action that just happened. You know, the whole, that fucking cock. And Mom goes, and socked him right in the mouth. Tyler fell up the stairs, Mom just walked away. I continued watching my TV show. I realized in that moment that that was Mom's way of saying, "No, you shut up." I learned a lot that day, and I'll never tell my mom to shut up during an argument. But out of all the times we've argued or been angry with each other, I still wouldn't trade you for another person in my life to call my brother. I grew up looking up to you, trying to be like Tyler. Mom would make you take me to your friends' houses, and I'd be the crash test dummy for every single suplex or powerbomb. All I cared about was being able to hang out with the guy that I love most. I wish I was as driven as you are when it comes to being smart, knowing things, just being educated. You stayed in college, you got great grades, I envied you. You're almost 30, it's almost 50, and I still look up to my little brother. If somebody asked me who my hero was, I'd tell them my brother, Tyler Crawford. Friendly reminder, Tyler fucks his cousin, so Tyler's daughter is also his third cousin. I'm out.
Give it up for Kevin Crawford. A little something different. A year ago, Tyler asked me, you know, hey, for my 30th, I want to be roasted. And I hope this was everything you expected. And I hope you don't slit your wrist later tonight. Please don't. But that being said, if we can have everyone come onto the stage. Everyone, get out of your seats, come up here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tyler motherfucking Crawford. Happy birthday to you. Someone push that cake in his face.
He's eating the ravioli, no shit. Where's my ravioli? Are you that drunk?
No, he's hungry.
I think you are.
Joke's on you, I love fucking ravioli. Anyway, Morgan Freeman. Anyways, I've decided to roast the rest of you. I'm sounding like Morgan Freeman.
Anthony Hopkins. I was gonna say what?
In all seriousness, I know I'm supposed to have a rebuttal and I'm supposed to say mean things about all of you and yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Do it!
But I'm actually gonna take the high road because I have nothing bad to say about any of you, so thanks for being great friends. I don't know why you said the things you said tonight, but it's fine. I will say a couple of small things. One thing, one of my favorite fucking stories with Wedge, who roasted me tonight. This is years ago. We had just turned 16. I'm assuming 16. That's when you can drive in this country, right? 16. But we're there, and I'm trying to figure out how to set this up. His dad was always huge in my life. He'd always drive us. He drove us to Cedar Point. He was an assistant ball coach with us, and he had passed away a few years ago. Huntington's, which is an awful disease. If anybody is familiar with it, it's like Parkinson's. But anyways, the story is we're at home. I used to hang out with Wedges all the time, and we're there, and it's me, and it's him, and it's his mom. I didn't know that his dad was upstairs, so keep that in the back of your mind. Anyways, Luann says, his mom says, hey, go to Taco Bell and get us food. To which I said, awesome, fucking road trip, we're 16. Yeah, let's drive 4 miles to Michigan Ave and go to Taco Bell because that's cool. So we did, we go to Taco Bell and he orders his stuff and he orders my stuff and he orders Luann's stuff and then he orders a 4th meal. And I didn't know who I'm confused. I'm like, Wedge, there's only 3 of us at the house. Who's the 4th one for? This guy looks at me, straight-faced, he says, my dad's still alive, asshole. I don't know if you've ever felt this big, but even if I was this big, I would be saying I feel this big. I felt that small. And that always makes me laugh. I know it's probably not hilarious to you guys, but whatever, I don't care, it's my birthday. No, that's it. That's all I have for you. No, nothing for you. Other than that, Renee, you're gonna be a beautiful mother, and I can't wait to have all sorts of years with you, and I have nothing bad to say, and I don't know of anything you've ever done that's weird. You're completely normal, and I love you. Isn't that what guys are supposed to do? You're supposed to... Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, you guys are married. You made that fucking abundantly clear all night. Damn.
I didn't say one fucking word.
You're right. Thank you. No, but congratulations to the newlyweds. I didn't prepare anything because I don't.
You were supposed to make fun of all of us.
I don't have anything to say bad about you guys. I love you guys.
Say bad.
I don't. I got nothing. Devin, you've been a model, an exemplary brother, and I wouldn't trade you for the world.
I have a question.
Yes.
If my son is any way, shape, or form as obnoxious as this guy, am I allowed to drown him in a bathtub?
Yeah.
It's only drowning if you call it that. Otherwise, it's swimming accident.
Swim lesson. It's not a lie if you
That's it. I do want to say, everybody, thank you for coming out and spending your Friday night laughing at my expense, which makes you horrible people now that I think about it. I mean, you really break it down. I did have fun, and I thank you. I had a lot of people show up that I had no idea would show up. And thank you. And you random citizen. And it's I got that from a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen Megamind with Will Ferrell and Brad Pitt. Worth the watch. But I want to say thank you, and you guys have a good night. Drive safe, and you're all awesome. I thank you for spending my 30th with me. You all.
You're still 29, cocksucker.
All right, Devin, you're my least favorite brother. Oh, Mom didn't tell you. Mom, tell him about the other brother we have. Yeah, Donnie. Oh, he's dead. Oh, yeah, the stillbirth abortion thing, yeah. Good night!
Give it up for the birthday boy, Tyler fucking Crawford!